California just might be the woke capital of the world, the wokest of the woke. Okay, they keep trying to outdo themselves, it seems. And if you live in California, you might want to pay attention to this story right here. California City to give universal income to transgender, non binary residents, regardless of earnings. Palm Springs will set aside $200,000 for the program. That is insane. Giving money out to people for just existing. That's what they're doing. If you identify as something other than what you were, what they say is assigned at birth, then they'll just throw money at you, which is completely ridiculous. Okay? A California city is planning to give universal basic income to transgender and non binary residents regardless of their earnings level. Transgender residents in Palm Springs, California, are eligible to receive a UBI of up to $900 per month solely for identifying as transgender or non binary. No strings attached. Okay, no strings attached. So, what is stopping from anybody just identifying as something else and getting free money for it? It's not like they're going to tell them no. They can't. They're too woke for that. Okay, anyone could wake up one day and just like, hey, fuck it, I'm a chick now, and then get $900 per month. That is, and it's gonna come from your pockets. Okay, don't no mistake about that. This is your tax money going towards this. Okay, that's ridiculous. The new pilot program will have $200,000 set aside for allocation after a unanimous vote by the Palm Springs City Council last week. Former San Diego City Councilman Carl DeMaio, a Republican who served as the first openly gay member of the city council, called the program outrageous and discriminatory. Yes, thank you. That's surprising, but he is 100% correct there. It is outrageous and discriminatory. We're completely opposed to guaranteed or universal basic income programs because they ultimately cause inflation and raise the cost of living on everyone else. They don't work. Exactly. This is going to affect everybody if they're just giving out free money to a certain group of people for simply existing, okay? But at least some of them have minimum income requirements to qualify, whereas this one is no strings attached, woke virtue signaling to the LGBT community in a way that is not only offensive but discriminatory, he continued. 20 transgender and non binary Palm Springs residents will receive the free money funded by the taxpayers for 18 months. With advocacy-based health center DAP Health and LGBT advocacy group QueerWorks managing the program. A 6-month design period will be the precursor of the program's implementation, in which the group Mayors for a Guaranteed Income will be involved providing guidance. DAP Health CEO David Brinkman claimed to reporters that the transgendered population is one of the most marginalized populations in our city, who face some of the highest levels of housing insecurity, joblessness, and discrimination. QueerWorks CEO Jacob Rostowski also claimed in a press release that transgender and non-binary people, quote, are highly marginalized in our society in general, especially economically. You guys just drop to your knees and suck their dicks for every little thing they do. Shut up. And he told the Desert Sun that the city of Palm Springs would have to match any state funds. Quote, our project's budget is estimated at about $1.8 million, Rostowski said. And so, when we look at other programs that have been successfully funded, their local cities have provided nearly a match to that funding. Palm Springs Mayor Lisa Middleton, who is transgender, of course, the mayor of Palm Springs is transgender, who could have seen that coming? She pointed out to the transcript from the City Council's March 24th meeting, where she expressed strong reservations in general to guaranteed income programs. I specifically stated that I did not believe such programs could scale up to adequately respond to the over 37 million Americans living below the poverty line, the over 6 million Californians, or the over 400,000 in the county of Riverside living below the poverty line. Middleton said in an email praising Brinkman for his work and expressing her concern for the financial vulnerability of the transgender community. What about everyone else? Why is it that you only care about this very, very, very tiny percentage of the population? Okay? They're telling everyone else to just go fuck themselves. Quote, transgender Americans suffer extremely high rates of under and unemployment. Transgender Americans face enormous challenges living full and authentic lives, the mayor said. Those challenges have increased substantially in the past few years as transgender children, there are no transgender children, once again, and their families have been targeted by extremist legislators and governors. I assume they're talking about Governor DeSantis, who is doing phenomenal work, by the way. Keep it up, Ron. Middleton added she believes a UBI program is a county, state, and federal responsibility, not a municipal one. My vote to affirm that evening was procedural to provide $200,000 to DAP in order to help them in the application for state funding. In advance of the vote, I specifically stated my belief that guaranteed income programs were not the long-term way to proceed. I did not commit to any future funding or guaranteed income programs. Other members of the Palm Springs City Council did not immediately respond to Fox News Digital's request for comment. Well, okay, so this whole thing is just ridiculous. They're going to be giving your tax money, your hard earned money, to these people for just existing. This very small population of people, simply for existing. I mean, you could wait. I mean, who's to stop? Or, anyone could abuse the system then. You could just wake up one day and be like, hey, I'm a chick now, and that's it. What are they going to do? They can't tell you, no, you're just faking it, because that would go against everything they believe in. Okay? I know it's hard enough living in California. I've never been there, never lived there, but I know it's expensive. I don't think you need more of your tax money going to something completely ridiculous as this. This is unreal and unacceptable, in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and until the next one, I'm out.